Hello guys, today we are going to talk about a few features in Stripo which you may or may not know about, but they might be very beneficial for you of using them like as your QA session, as a part of your experience with the Stripo platform. My name is Alexei. I'm the customer support representative at Stripo, and today with me in the chat, my colleague Victoria. She's going to help me with replying to your questions. So please feel free, ask whatever you find relevant to this topic down the road. Okay, let's get started. Within the editor, on the top tool panel, there is a small test icon here, clicking on which you will find a bunch of useful options. Recently, they all become available. Those two first, your inbox, which is sending a direct test from Stripo to your mailbox, or email clients. This is like email on acid embedded tool, which generates 80 plus different previews. They've been here for a while, so let's just proceed to brand new features. Accessibility, URLs, checker, and spam checker. And also at the end of this webinar, we are going to talk about dark mode testing directly within the Stripo editor or on the Stripo preview when you click to the correspondent button. Okay, let's check and talk first about accessibility, which is conducted with Xcore, which is by itself open source JavaScript library, which very commonly used for this type of testing. By the way, all those four features we are going to talk about today, they are available under any subscription, even the free plan included. So you do not need to pay extra additional fee or to be able to use them. Okay, and let's just run a test and see, and let's discover what this accessibility feature is about. Oops, let me put myself here. And before we consider the very simple interface of that checker, let's briefly touch what email accessibility means in general. It's, let's say, some kind of creating emails that all subscribers can read, understand, navigate, and interact with, including people with disabilities and those who use assistive technologies, such as screen readers, keyboard, navigation, voice control, Zoom call, or accessibility settings. So what is beautiful about that checker and those others, that you can run a test, see the result, and interact with the checker. So basically you can see what failed, what passed, and what ignored. Okay, let me unignore it, and I will tell you later what does this mean. So let's check first passed here, this tab. As you can see, we see all of them, those points, those tests, different tests. They do have names, so and short description, as you can see here. But if you want to dive really deeper with understanding and with exploring this topic, you can hover this question mark and click to the link. Each time when you will do that, you will see the correspondent link. So they are different those link, and like you don't need to additionally check and look for what you need. So this is the community forum. Here you can, if needed, yes, you can dive deeper with that explanation, why that matters, find more information, description, etc., etc. So this is definitely not what we are going to do during today's webinar, but please feel free to check if you need that information. And let's check failed, okay? You will always see some additional data like the status, the critical, serious, or moderate. Let's click to the moderate issue and just ignore for now. And I will see it in this tab. That means basically that it allows me to get back to it later when needed. And if I want to be focused more on those critical and serious issues. So let's have a look. Image must have alternative text. This is very important and critical because people might rely on the alt text if they use screen reading programs, software. So they definitely need to have the alt text. And let's say that when I click, as you can see, I have two images like this. Let's be sure. So, and when I click to that arrow, I see the prompt from the editor that's telling me which image I'm dealing with exactly. So I don't need to guess. This is very good. So this image, first, I can use generate with the I button. And if I found it useful, okay, so if I found it useful, I can just apply. One more time, what is beautiful about this tester that this action is performed within the editor. So basically, I do not need to waste +1 export to have my code, then to use it with some third-party tool externally. So, and then get back, do my job, update the code, export again. So I can do that directly here. And this is awesome. Okay, let's see another image. And here it is, this one. You see this some kind of yellow colored frame. And now I can type, let's choose this one, and just apply. So, good. Two issues left in the failed section. Now, the next one is telling me that the contrast ratio is bad for this chunk of text and for this chunk of text. I've done that explicitly, so this was my intention to break it, that you can see how we can use the tool, okay? And I'm not going to play too long with foreground color. I can just apply that auto tune. That might be not what I need, definitely. As you can see, it's black color, so very good contrast. But let's, for the purposes of this webinar, let's just apply it and auto-tune another chunk. So, like, I don't need to go even to the editor. I'm doing this action within that tool, accessibility checker, which is good. So now document must have title, element, ta-ta-ta. Okay, so let's use the generate with AI. Choose generate based on email content. Let's use this option. Okay, this one is good. Okay, I can use it certainly, or I can type it. Just what you prefer. Okay, and let's apply. Well, as you can see, almost all of them is here in the past section, and I have still one which I've ignored. and we are not going to focus on this one. So, but what I'm trying to show you how easily you can use this tool within the editor. Moreover, there is additional icon, disable images, so you can check how your email will look without images. Okay, if the recipient totally relies on screen reading software, so or if images are not uploaded, so that might be helpful. So additional icon here as well. And you can also check the appearance for people with no color deficiency or for 4 different types of color vision deficiency. I cannot even pronounce those names, but you can check it, which might be very, very useful as well. So additionally here, the code editor button if needed, and if you for some reason need to perform some direct actions here, you can do that definitely. But using the code editor within the editor itself a bit more useful, because clicking on a certain element, the editor focused me exactly on that element that I clicked and choose. So, but in anyway, this button is here and you can use it. Also, you can check the mobile here as well. So, and switch between desktop and mobile. But this is not for editing, not creation process. It's solely for testing accessibility. And these buttons presented here just for your convenience. Okay. That's probably it about accessibility checker. Let's get back to the editor. And what I would like to show you next is URLs checker. But for this, I will open another tab here. I've prepared a few options, and let's run a test. So I have broke something here and prepared this stripe, this element. We have a button without link. Okay, we have image also without link, but we will have different output when we run a test. We have unsubscribe here, and I've added the Yespos ESP. I've added their unsubscribe link, and here I've added the unsubscribe link related to MailChimp. So this is the correct MailChimp's unsubscribe link, but we all still will have different output with those 2 links, and we will discover why. Okay, let's run a test. Let's run a test and see what we have. What I would like to emphasize here, it is important to understand this phrase to know why you have that or other result. So invalid merge text. Okay, let me show you what that means. Let's run a test. Let me put myself here. So let's as you can see, the interface is very similar to accessibility checker, which is good. We can, like, once we get familiar, we know the logic. So this tester checks a lot of different stuff. Okay, so let's say this image has a URL where this image is stored on the server. So the checker checking this link as well, and as you can see, this one is not broken, and that's why I can see this image in the editor. So this is good. And as you can see here, unsubscribe. One unsubscribe. This one is related to Yespo. This is legit Yespo's unsubscribe link. Passed the test. Okay. So this one. One more time. When I click to the element, I see the frame within the editor. So this is very good quick navigation through the checker, URL checker. And if I will switch to error tab, I see that for some reason, another legit unsubscribe link which related to MailChimp, I see invalid format error. In this case, this error should be just simply ignored because in the account settings, workspace, projects, and groups, there is a webinar project. In my case, you will have your projects, and we have personalization tab. So before the webinar, I've enabled Yespo's merge tags, so and some custom tag list. And when editor telling me that this one is okay and passed the test, it means that the checker check what I've added within the editor with what I have as the settings within my project. So in this case, with the MailChimp, the second unsubscribe, we just should ignore because I haven't added this one as a merge tag, but still, if I export to my system, let's say MailChimp, it will process it properly. Okay, so this what that invalid format means. Means that I haven't prepared and add this within my project settings within my Stripo account. That's basically it. Also, what I want to show you that as you can see, this button without image, without URL, without a link, considered as invalid format because button is something that is a clickable element and should have a link. But as you remember, the image did not have the link as well. But image without the link, it is a legit normal case which pass the test. Well, this is what I would like to say about URL checker. And let me jump back to the previous email. Click one more time to this test button and let's check spam. We testing the content on spammy words or patterns to ensure your email hit the inbox. Since I've previously have run this test, I see the score. Okay, when it is the email is fresh, you will not see this one, but once you at least run a test, you will see the score. Good is a good score, but excellent, if I remember it right, is what also might be upper that good score. And let's just run one more time. What we will have here. Okay, let's check. Please read a note that we test only the content. Such settings that happens on email sending system side, such as SPF, DKIM, etc., and reputation of your domain also affect the deliverability, but they cannot be tested with such type of spam assassin check. And a part of this one, as you can see, there is additional tasks such as unsubscribe link is presented. The checker detected the broken link, so this one is just simply not exist. And let's check these three, okay? Use financial freedom, phrasing common, tra-ta-ta. So I've added as spammy words, and checker advised me to delete them from the email. The next one telling me that there is more images than text. And this might be also the reason to why email will reach the spam folder. And it's telling me to keep the balance between image and text ratio within the email. So, the next one, the second one, is something about the hidden elements. Okay, I've done that intentionally to just show you what leads to that result and how we can improve it. Okay, let me delete this structure. Those empty containers, they are considered as some kind of issue. After export, it's not always the case, but just for intention of this webinar, let's delete those two empty containers. Now, this structure, so those are spammy words that I have found through the web, and the checker detected them. So also let me just delete this structure as well. And this one, this is the broken link. Oops, as you can see, it's here. Let me also delete it and run the test one more time. Let's see the result. I'm traveling, you see, from left to right, from left to right. So as you can see, there is much less issues. Only one about image balance between image and text ratio, but I'm not going to do nothing with this at the moment. And finally, what I would like to show you is the dark mode theme emulation tester. We can call it a tester. So here there is a view options button, which includes a bunch of different useful options. But let's consider theme emulation. Let's read this notification that this is the dark mode emulation preview. If an issue is visible here, it will likely appear in real inboxes. So usually it is the case, but unfortunately, you know, there is always that tiny, small unfortunately. There is no one convention how different email clients render the email in the dark mode. No one single rule or like a guideline. So this is why it definitely should be tested additionally. But one more time, guys, it's awesome because I can just do this and switch the working space to the dark mode. And if you see the problem here, you almost certain, as you can see, this image is completely almost invisible now for me, and I have to do something with that and stuff like this. So if the issue is presented here, it definitely might be the case when recipients will receive the email from you. Let me also tell you that this dark mode emulation doesn't change the code. The code remains as it's no changes to the code. What it does, it's only show you the possible view. And let me switch to the mobile here. we see some difference in the color. So why this color on the left and this color on the right hasn't changed? So the answer is very simple. For the desktop view editing mode, the left and right section that changed the color, this one and this one, is the part of the email. Okay, that's why it's necessary to see how that will be converted. But for the mobile mode, the left and on the right, this section and this section is not the case. So this only the part related to the email. Okay, and finally, I can go to preview and do the same action here. I can switch to the dark mode. Basically, it is the same, and I can check the appearance of my email. Okay, this is how I can use it for my benefit. All those 4 features, they are available under any subscription type, even the free one. That's it for today's webinar. It was a pleasure talking with you today. Please feel free to request our support team in the chat or via email. We will be happy to assist you in any way we could. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye.